and subscribe. Thank you. Hey, kid, just...
Why are we waiting?
Well, the light is red.
Yes, because red means stop and green means go. And the yellow's kind of like, hurry up and stop.
I don't get it.
Well, that was a pretty clear explanation.
No, I get the explanation, but what are we waiting for?
Oh, okay. Okay, have you ever heard of the internet referred to as the information superhighway?
No.
Okay, well, that's one of its early names. And because we are on an information superhighway,
Metaphorically speaking.
yes, exactly. Maybe we're waiting for something else to go by first.
Yeah, like maybe there is a really good cat video that has to pass.
Oh, or one of those screaming goat videos. So funny.
Those screaming goats are so funny.
I don't like to wait.
Oh, green light.
Hurry, start, go.
Oh, okay, go.
Now, what I didn't tell Green Bear and Doug the Dinosaur is that the reason we installed a traffic light inside the reading room is because we're reading Saving the Day, all about the inventor of the traffic light. Yes, this guy right here, Garrett Morgan, made the life-changing invention of the traffic signal, which, just basically saves lives, NBD. No, actually, it is a really big deal. Let's see, where on earth Garrett got this idea, I mean, it had to come from somewhere. So I suppose that within his life story, we will find the inspiration of the invention. And maybe if you're a future inventor, you will see yourself reflected in Garrett's wandering thoughts and mind. Here we go. Saving the day! That is real life superheroing right there. Garrett yawns for a really long time. Morning dawned, and the sun's golden rays signaled to Garrett Morgan that it was a new day. With his head in the clouds, always full of a dream, he was no help to others, or so it seemed. His brothers and sisters worked the house and the field, but Garrett's talents had yet to be revealed. He fell off all ladders, couldn't hammer a nail, was too weak to lift things, not even a pail. Everyone in the family's like, just get over there, Garrett. What are you doing? At least he's trying. They'd all say, run along, go be by yourself. And though he liked dreaming, he wanted to help. Because, of course, the best combination is being a dreamer and a doer. Maybe he just can't do the pail lifting thing yet. He'd spend time alone, long walks he would take, his mind imagining new creations to make. In the middle of the road, a wheel lay on the ground. I know I can use that. So Garrett bent down. But sometimes his dreaming got him into trouble. He wouldn't watch where he was going, his mind in a bubble. Does that ever happen to you, kid, when you're so busy in here that you don't see what's going on out there? That could be problematic sometimes. See, along came a car from the side, a red truck, and though they missed Garrett, their nerves had been struck. Both slammed on their brakes, dodged the boy by a hair, but the near collision gave everyone a scare. Okay, red light.
He almost died.
Okay, just needed a second to compose ourselves.
Do you think that maybe is why he thought of the traffic light?
I'm starting to think that may have been the birth of the inspiration.
Okay, my heart is starting to return to its normal thump, 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 thump.
Yeah, mine too. But if you think about it, he took that near calamity and turned it into something good, which is like the best thing you can do.
Oh, I like that. You take something bad and then you make it something good.
Exactly. But I mean, I think we just started, but it's as good a source of inspiration as any for a traffic light. Let's see. Back at home, his mom said, "You wait here for your dad." He just knew he was in trouble, that his parents were mad. And look at Mom's face. You see those eyebrows doing this? You see the middle of her forehead doing the two lines? That's always a sign of, I am not happy with you. His father walked in, looked at Garrett a beat, then called him over. "Come here, son. Have a seat." Okay. "You have a great mind, imaginative, keen, ready to invent new from what has not yet been seen. Yes, you have a great mind, but you could do even more. A tutor in the city could help your dreams soar. This decision was hard. We don't want you away, but it's for your own good. You'll understand one day." Oh, no. Garrett looks all... And a tutor is awesome because a tutor means that's somebody special who can work with your special talents and abilities and gifts. But I guess the tutor isn't in his town.
Where does he live?
In this little town outside of Paris. What? Paris, Kentucky. She got me there. There's also a Paris in Texas. It gets Gilles the giraffe every time. Then Garrett's mother pulled him close and she said, "But always remember this, son. Keep this in your head. While Ruth's good at fishing and Will likes to bake, Lucille loves the stars and the patterns they make. Frank's good with tools, can fix anything, and Minnie's at her best when she can sing. You too, son, have something that's all yours alone. Something to contribute that's just not yet known. All are given a gift, something you cannot learn. It's what you do with that gift that's your gift in return." That mom just landed a truth bomb all over Garrett in the middle of his sorrow. Did you hear what she said? Did it sink in? Okay, I'm going to read it just again, just in case. Okay, just one more time. You too have something that's all yours alone. Something to contribute that's just not yet known. All are given a gift, something you cannot learn. It's what you do with that gift that's your gift in return. It's what you do with your gift that's your gift to the world in return. In case you're wondering what your gift may be, because you saw Garrett, you know he's got something going on up in there, but he's a late bloomer. We don't know what it is yet, but everyone's got something. And there he is with the big scared eyes and Mom with the big sad eyes waving goodbye because he's off to the future. The city was loud, people everywhere, and cars and horses and bicycles were there, all on the same road, all at the same time. Horns honking, cars crashing, no reason or rhyme. Woo! Cities can be exciting, but also a little chaotic. And look, Garrett is starting to get bigger. And what are we seeing here? He's surrounded by questions and mathematical and scientific formulas all around. Why? What if? How about? Garrett studied hard, and when his lessons were done, he found a job doing something he found fun, fixing sewing machines with their rotors and springs and gears and buttons made him think of many things, like a new kind of stitch on the sewing machine, one that made zigzags and kept edges clean. His mind churned and churned with new ideas to invent. Some drew attention, some helped pay the rent. But Garrett didn't care about fame or about wealth. What he wanted most was to show he could help. And there he is tinkering away, This right here, what you're looking at, is the thing he invented before the traffic signal, a new and improved sewing machine. And you know that for seamstresses everywhere, that was a massive help already. But he wasn't done. The day's early dawn signaled Garrett to wake. He decided to walk a scenic route he would take. The grass, sparkling green, had just been cut low. Garrett longed to run through it. He decided to go. But just as he started, a white car whizzed past, woo, headed for the crosswalk and going quite fast. Then he heard tires screech and someone yelled, "Stop!" A horse and carriage were approaching. He could hear the hooves clop. Hear that? Hear that? There's hooves and there's a speeding car and oh no!
Oh no! Is there going to be another accident?
I don't know, but it kind of looks like there's gonna be.
Oh!
I know, but we need to know what's gonna happen. The horse kept on going, didn't even slow down. Garrett ran fast to warn them, but soon heard the sound.
Oh, look at that face.
And this guy's just like, I'm in a big hurry, get out of my way. And there's about to be a sound. Crash! First a crash and a boom, then the horse whinnied high. When Garrett finally got there, he tried not to cry, though everyone was okay and the horse would be all right. He'd seen too many wrecks. It was a terrible sight. Oh, wreck number 2. Is this where he gets the inspiration? Whew. It's like, oh, the signs from the universe saying, invent something, Garrett. That day, as he worked on a sewing machine, his mind drifted back to the collision he'd seen. There has to be some way to let drivers know that someone else is approaching, when to stop and to go, and a signal before stopping, so first it could slow down. But they'd have to see it. It couldn't only be sound. So he's working it out in his head. There's a problem, and then sometimes you just have to sit with the problem to think about different solutions. The first one won't necessarily work, but then maybe the third one or the 7th one or the 28th one, you never know. Inventions and the mind are a funny thing. But as Garrett wandered home, ideas in his head flowing, he forgot to pay attention to just where he was going. Not again! He stepped off a curb. The bike signaled, no doubt. Cling, cling. He saw a bright light, and then he went out.
No! Not out! Where did he go?
Don't worry, Dr. Dinosaur. Maybe he just went out to the ice cream store.
I don't think that's what happened.
Sure it is. Come on, sit with me and you'll see.
Okay, I'm nervous.
I know.
Aren't we all a little nervous? His mind was filled with colorful light, on and then off. What a beautiful sight. It's the shock and then his shock and everybody's shocked and we're shocked because this is, what, number 3? Whew, Garrett. I mean, he's a survivor. The green grass of a field, illuminated by sun, shone bright and invited Garrett to run. Golden light through the window eased in the morning. A new day was beginning. It was a subtle warning. The red glow of the coals, far too hot to touch, told Garrett to stop. One more move was too much. So in the middle of his fog, because remember, he's in and out because he just got hit by a bicycle, he's seeing things. He's seeing colors. Maybe they look familiar. His mind was racing, ideas twisted and knotted. Then he suddenly jumped up and exclaimed, "Ha! I've got it!" With that finger like this, he jumped up. He's okay, so don't worry. A traffic signal. That's what he'd create, so all could travel safely. Yes, it'd be great. And because, sometimes you need folks to be able to cross the street and take their time. And then there were horses back then. And then there are kids with rolling balls because kids always have balls rolling into the street no matter what time of the era, millennium it is, really. That's like a tale as old as time. And right there, what you're seeing right there is the early prototype, the early version of the traffic light that says stop in red. The red, yellow, and green would come along later, but it was Garrett's foundation that made us all safer. Garrett had a gift. Yes, that is a fact. But what meant the most was that he gave back. You see that right there? That's the real guy right there. Thank you, Garrett, because truly his invention saved lives.
So he's okay?
You can come up all the way, Doug.
I was nervous. There were so many accidents.
But see, he's okay, and he made that really important thing.
Oh, and also a sewing machine.
Oh, and not just that. Whenever you hear, kid, of an inventor, you generally hear about their one most famous invention. But inventors don't only ever make one thing.
What else did he make?
So besides the traffic light and the new and improved sewing machine, he also made a breathing device that would later become the model for gas masks that soldiers used in World War I.
Whoa! So he saved soldiers' lives!
Oh, that is amazing. He's like a real superhero.
And he invented a hair cream and a car part, and he even launched a newspaper. So thanks to this guy's persistence, he saved the day over and over and over again, affecting countless lives with his special gift. And now it's up to you to be inspired by Garrett's story, his life-changing invention, his following of his beautiful mind, and you go off and find your own special gift to the world.